Welcome to this week's edition of the Weekly Travel Alert. I'm Steve Glenn, and coming to us remote. Is it Tampa, Paul? Where are you
I'm in
at?
Sarasota this week. We have an incentive trip down here, and about 120 people coming down. There's a little sunshine compared to what it sounds like you guys have back there this week.
Yeah, we got about 3 inches of snow today, and everybody wants to go to Florida, probably.
I've got a lot of people that are envious, although they don't understand that these incentive trips are actually work. They're not down here. I'm not on the beach.
You're not going to get much of a tan, in other words, huh?
No tan coming home.
Hey, this is a great week for the Weekly Traveler. And I put together one of the biggest things of the year just popped open, and I'm excited to announce it. Are you ready to go, Paul?
Let's do this.
All right. The first item on this week's edition of the Weekly Travel Alert, sponsored by Executive Travel, is Southwest Airlines launches their free companion pass with their credit card. So if you subscribe to their credit card, Paul, you get a free companion pass that allows you to you buy a ticket, you get a free companion to go with you. You have to pay their taxes and fees, which are like $6 or something. And this is all just by signing up for their Southwest Rapid Rewards Plus credit card. And you have to charge $4,000 on it within 3 months and then pay the $69 annual fee. And you get free companion pass for the whole year up to February of 2026. Paul, this is the best deal in travel right now.
I'm really surprised about this because I think, as we've had multiple podcasts or radio shows or whatever about Southwest and a lot of the pressures that they're getting from one of their significant investors, it's all been about we need to make more money, make more money. So there must be something to this program that makes it so that they feel they really grasp a certain aspect of traveler, and that this is something that makes it so that they are bringing in revenue. Because we thought this was going to go away.
Yeah, you and I probably, if we were betting people, probably would have bet this would not have come back this year because of the pressure from Wall Street on Southwest to be more profitable. But get this, Paul, if you flew 6 times a year, used your free companion pass, bought a ticket for $400, you would get $2,400 a year in value, plus you get 135,000 qualifying points for Southwest rewards to use on Southwest. So you can probably get another 4 or 5 tickets out of that. This is a super duper deal.
Yeah, no, I think, if you're my friend Mark, that I'm sure is going to watch this and get a giggle out of it, because everything I bet on last week and specific to the Super Bowl and anything else while we were traveling, he bet against me and he won every time. So again, betting on Southwest getting rid of this program, it looks like now is probably something you should have bet against me on. But the value to this, yes, is something that no, it's tremendous. Ryan, I think, actually is leaving this week to take advantage of his Southwest Companion Pass. And, I think as long as you're going to use it, there's no negative to this thing. I mean, most of us are going to spend $4,000 on a credit card over a 3-month period. So this is just an added benefit. And to your point, you get not just some free companion passes, but some additional miles that you can use for free travel in addition to that. So all positives with this thing.
So our good friend Ryan, as we publish this, is probably in the air on the way to Hawaii or back from Hawaii, probably back from Hawaii, using his companion pass, taking his lovely wife over to Hawaii. And man, I mean, talk about a great deal. This is the best deal, in my opinion, that for $69 fee for a credit card and charging $4,000 over 3 months gives you free companion pass. Great deal. I might advise people, if you got this pass last year, you got to wait 2 years before you can get it again. So you'll have to get your spouse or best friend to do it. All right. Item number 2 on this week's edition of the Weekly Travel Alert reads, if you don't have global entry, you should consider the new mobile passport control app. Now, our president of our executive travel, Jenny Belt, came back and said her family was in Italy, flew back, and her boys didn't have global entry. So she got them to download this free app. Okay, they added their passports, and they got through the security line just lickety split, Paul. And so if you don't have global entry, you may want to go apply for the mobile passport control, the MPC app. It doesn't cost anything for it, and it's almost as good as global entry, Paul. What a cool deal.
Yeah, well, I think we're seeing over the last 10 years a lot of progress in technology being able to be used for processing everything in travel, and it's just continuing to ramp up with just going through the airport yesterday. Now all you do is hand them an ID and they take your picture, and everything is done via technology to get through security and all those things. And this is just another example of that. So yeah, at a certain point, it's going to be probably won't even need the ID. They're going to be able to just take your picture, know who you are, and pull everything up. So
that's going to be scary because when I go to China, that they scan my eyeballs and they have a camera on every corner. They know everywhere I go, so I better behave when I go to China. Hey, number 3 on this week's edition of the Weekly Traveler, sponsored by Executive Travel. You can visit our website at executivetravel.com. We've got the easiest phone number to remember, 402-435-8888. With that, item number 3 on this week's edition of the Weekly Traveler. The new online passport renewal service works slick as a whistle and super fast. Paul, my wife Marie, your mom, recently opened up her passport and said, "Woo, my passport needs to renew." She sent it in using this brand new online passport renewal service by the U.S. Department of State. She sent it in. 3 weeks later, she got it back. This thing is slick as a whistle and fast as a jet plane. How about that? And, we've always said to people, you got to plan for 8 to 12 weeks for a passport. If you can do it online and get it back in 3 weeks, man, that'll make people's lives so much better. So I think this is a cool deal.
Yeah, well, it's one of those where the timing is a key. I think it's one of those that the process, I don't know if it'll continue to be shorter, like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or if at a certain point that they will end up cutting some of the people that are doing the processing and it'll get back out to 10 or 12 weeks like it used to be. But I guess that's yet to be seen with all the things that are going on in our world and government right now.
I might tell people that if they do need their passport renewed in the last minute, we can get them done in a matter of a couple of days. It's very expensive to expedite passport renewal, but it is possible. Number 4 in this week's edition of the Weekly Traveler is February is check your passport month to see if it expires this year. One of the things people do is they don't check the expiration date of their passport. They make their international reservation, they open up their passport, and they scream, "Whoa, I forgot to renew." And I get calls all the time with that. So Steve is designating February, Paul, as the check your passport month, all right? And because what people also don't realize is many countries will not let you come into the country if your passport expires within 6 months of your return flight, not your outbound, but your return flight. So that's a rule that most people don't realize. They think, hey, I'm going in a month and my passport doesn't expire for 5 months. Guess what? You won't get on the airplane. They won't let you on, will they?
No, I think that's me personally. I look at it every time I travel international because my thought is okay, I want to make sure that I've got time between trips to get this process done when it needs to be done. So I will figure out the logistics and timing of that based on when it's going to expire and when I've got a trip, so I make sure I've got plenty of time. But yeah, I'd say every time you are using that passport, take a look at that. And hopefully you're using it enough that you're doing it a couple times a year, so you make sure you've got that window to get that new one processed.
Number 5 on this week's edition of the Weekly Traveler reads, super low prices to Europe right now. Paul, I went online, looked at the airfares round trip from Omaha, Nebraska, which is right dead center in the middle of the country, to some key cities in Europe and saying, is this a good time to go? Do you get good deals? I checked February, March, and April from Omaha. Get this, Paul. London, 663. Paris, 579. Rome, 640. Madrid, 624. Amsterdam, 597. And Athens, 635. These are round trip airfares from Omaha during the months of February, March, and April. Paul, if you ever want to go over there, man, you can go probably cheaper there than you went to Tampa, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it costs more to get down here to Florida. So use that passport again. Let's get out and explore.
Well, and not only that, and last week we talked about how cheap the hotels were in Italy. You know, I was staying at a 4-star for $80 a night in Ciudad del Castello. So these are a great time to go. You don't have the crowds. The weather is cooler. You want to give us a call. We'll be happy to help you. That'd be fun. Hey, last but not least, Paul, I thought, I always make these predictions. So I'm going to list predictions every weekly traveler going forward. And today I listed some of the hot spots again for 2025. Italy, number one for this year, in my opinion, because of the Jubilee. Greece always dazzles and is getting bigger and bigger every year. Number 3 I had was Vietnam, Paul. And I don't know if you've ever been there, but it seems like that's a hot spot in Asia. What are you hearing?
Definitely. That's both Greece and Vietnam are 2 places on my top 10 in the bucket list. So sounds like you want me to get out of the office here over the next couple months while I can get a good deal.
Well, I don't know. I'm covering for you a lot now. So here at the office, I noticed that I'm in the office and you're out in Florida, and it's 5 degrees, and there it's 75 degrees. So
81. I'd rather be back there. I'm a snowbird, not a sun and beach guy.
Hey, to keep going, for cool summer escapes, I wrote down Scandinavia, Iceland, and Canada topping the list if you want to beat the heat. I know those are your favorites. What is it, Norway that you like the best?
All of Scandinavia, but Norway is definitely top of the list. Just so much beauty. If anybody that enjoys and appreciates Alaska for what it has to offer with nature, Norway is that next step up, and really anywhere in Scandinavia is.
All right, and I also had one of your favorites, Portugal, and then Australia, New Zealand, down under. That seems to be very popular. And then I added Colombia, and that's in South America, of course. Some people are a little scared of going there, but quite a culture. Peru is fantastic as well, Machu Picchu. And then finally in Africa, Kenya and Tanzania. And then last on the list, Paul, I had Japan. And Japan is just exploding with tourism right now. That's my list for predictions for the hot destinations in 2025. What do you think?
I think you can't go wrong with any of them. So let's just go hit them all.
Amen, brother. Hey, thanks for joining us today on this week's edition of the Weekly Travel Alert. I'm Steve Glenn.
I'm Paul Glenn. Please like, subscribe, share, and add any comments or feedback below on topics of interest for future podcasts. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.